There we go. Hello, it's me, Jocelyn, and I'm your trainer for this week. I did a little intro earlier yesterday at some point. Told you a little about who I am. But this week, I'm going to train on one of my favorite subjects is your calendar is your boss. And really, we say we are our boss, but your calendar has to be your boss, and how to grow your business in 1 hour a day. So we're going to get to that in a second. I want to talk about a few wins this week. I saw on the Facebook group that Lynn had asked, Lynn McAllister had asked 10 asks in a day, and that's new for her. So congratulations, Lynn, and she has signed a new consultant, Annette. I saw that Fonda had asked 10 asks in a week, which was new for her. So we're starting to grow. You got to get your asks in. And Heather and I both had 50 asks this week. So if you didn't get to 50 asks and you're like, oh, I didn't get it, I tried, look at your wins. Did you ask more than last week? So that's what we want. We want wins and growth. If you asked nobody last week or the week before, and last week you asked 10, that's growth. That's 10 times growth. So let's just multiply it again this week. And get those asks in. I want the list next week. I don't know who's doing the call, but I want the list to be super long of how many people got, close to 50 asks in. And let's start celebrating that on the Facebook group, because we all want to get lots of asks in. But I'm excited to train on this topic because I think it's going to help you with your asks. So I've taken this training from Jane Thibault. Some of you may know her, some of you may not. And she took it from, what's the lady's name? Sorry, I had it right here. Michelle Bizinet. And it's how to grow your business in an hour a day. I'm going to go to the next slide. The key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. So we really need to schedule our priorities, and sometimes we get in our head with that. And I know as a mom, I have a lot of priorities, but right now my business is my priority because it's growing, and I can feel the momentum, and I want your businesses to grow too. So we are going to follow this. So this is an easy, I love systems. Systems helps me with my business all the time. So this is an easy training. I am going to post the SoundCloud link when I post the recording for this training, because I want you to listen to the SoundCloud, because you'll get so much more out of it, because this is just a small training on it. So a few things you need to do is you have to change how you think about how you've been scheduling your asks. And really, I've always been taught that I put my asks in, or I put my life in my calendar, and then I find spaces for my asks. But this is changing it a bit for the summer. Sometimes in the summer we have more time off. Some people have more time off. Our schedules are a little bit more flexible. I know my kids are done school now, and I'm like, oh Lord, I got to keep on track. So this is going to help me keep on track. So I'm going to make this my priority, and this is going to be what I do first thing every morning. And then I'm going to carry on with my day. So we're going to change our thinking just for a little while on, let's make this a priority and then schedule our day around this 1 hour. It's 1 hour a day, and preferably you should do it in the morning. You will need a timer. As you can see, there's intervals that you have to time. I use the timer on my phone. I find it really easy. If you don't have a timer on your phone, you'll have to get a timer of some sort. So your very first step is to do a brain dump. And what a brain dump is to take all that stuff that's up here and put it on a piece of paper. And I don't know about you, but my to-do list is long, and I have things to do every day. It could be business, could be family, could be I volunteer, it could be a volunteer thing I have to do. It could be doctor's appointments. Write those all down. And then I want you to go back through your list after you brain dump that all down, and I want you to have a look, and I want you to prioritize things, and I want you to delegate things and mark with a D, because I know as a mom, I think, oh, it's going to be just so much easier if I just do this myself, or I can do it so much quicker, but I don't have time right now to do that. I'm building a business. I've been like on the go all day. I love it. It's great, but there's like I don't have time to do the dishes tonight, so that's been priority to delegate it to somebody else. And my family is very supportive of that. So once you prioritize and delegate, you're going to write things in your calendar. So it could be Susie needs a dentist appointment. Well, write that in your calendar. Or maybe your husband, which is a huge thing for me to let go, maybe your husband can make that appointment. And you don't even have to worry about that. So do your brain dump. Get it all off. I find once it's done, my brain is clear for other things too. Your step 2 is your social media posts. And I am a scrollaholic. I'm self-proclaimed. I'm going to tell you, I need to go to Scrollers Anonymous. I am a scrollaholic. I could scroll all day long if I let myself. So I really have to be conscious of when I'm doing it and know what I'm going to be on my social media for. You're going to use this 10 minutes to write good posts. Think about what you're going to post all day, because really, if you follow any social media training, you should do at least 3 posts a day. So one is going to be in the morning, one in the afternoon, and one in the evening. And you want to do attraction marketing, so we don't want to mention Arbonne. We really don't want to mention products. We just want to kind of give inspiration and insight to what we're doing. It could be tips on healthy living. It could be tips on skincare. But we want to inspire others. We don't want to be out there yelling, here's Arbonne, I have a sale, this is on sale, come buy it. That's going to drive people away. It's not going to bring people into your business. So you have 10 minutes to work on those. And really, if you're not doing them, you should do 1 Facebook Live a week. Most social media experts say you should do 1 Facebook Live a day. They should be short. You should have a point. It could be, I plan to do one every Wednesday from whatever beach my kids and I are going to, because we're doing the Unbreakable Beach date on Wednesday. So I will do social media posts from the beach. But you should get used to doing Facebook Lives. I love them. Really never thought I would, but I do. And just get on and get them done. So you have 10 minutes to do that. Step 3 is 20 minutes for conversation. And when I first read that, I was like, okay, who am I talking to for 20 minutes? But this is when you're going to do your asks. So it's right there scheduled for you, 20 minutes for your asks. So let's get our asks in and get our ask in here. Not only are you going to do conversations here, it's going to be your asks, it's also going to be your follow-up. Follow up with prospects and clients. It really helps you to get this done so you're not worrying and you're not forgetting somebody. It could be private Facebook messages to somebody who you're relationship building with. It could be wishing them a happy birthday or congratulations on your son or daughter's graduation. There's a ton of graduations going on right now. So anything that's going to create conversation with other people. So that you have 20 minutes for that. And some days you're going to think, oh, what am I going to do in that 20 minutes? And some days you're going to wish you have more than 20 minutes. Step 4 is for networking. And that's about 10 minutes. And that is commenting on people's posts or pictures who you might think could be a prospect. It's joining groups and pages that you're on things that you're interested in. I run, so I should join some running pages. I'm also interested in nutrition. I have children adopted from China, so I'm on a whole bunch of those pages. So I need to start being more conscious of what I'm doing in those groups. But we want you to provide value in those groups. We don't want you to be spammy. We don't want you to post your Arbonne link in any comments. We don't. There's a lot of don'ts here. We don't want you to just go in and randomly add 400 friends to your Facebook and then ask them to join your business. We want you to go in and build relationships. So one easy thing is to thank the admin for the group and tell them that either you really enjoy the group or thank you for allowing you to be in the group. You can post in those groups, so you can post some of your tips. You know, create conversation by asking. I just know about my China adoption group. Sometimes I ask about stuff that's going on with my kids, and it creates conversation. So then people will get to know you and they will friend you. And that's what you want to do. You want to build a relationship. So you have 10 minutes to do that. You have 10 minutes for team building, and that's for building your team. It's reaching out to your team, to your new members, or to those members that just really consistently add QV to your total every month. You know, reach out and see how they're doing. Just touch base with people. That gives you 10 minutes to do that. What else do I have written down here? Oh, you can find out what people's goals are, and build up like a culture that people want to be part of. That it's not just all about the business, but it could be about just how they're doing. Like, congratulations on your kid's last day of school, or you know, that's just the time of year, something like that. And the sixth and final step is client care. So that's 5 minutes. So you're going to go in, and now Michelle, that does the recording, she really stresses how great the new CRM is. And I'm personally not really using the new CRM, so I've scheduled in some time for myself this week too to look at the new CRM and get myself up and running, because she says it's going to change your business. So we need to be using the new CRM. But we need to do client care. So you need to start doing things also that are going to add value to them, not just following up on product, not just letting them know that they have maybe a free gift or from free shipping or things like that. How about sending them some tips and tricks on things to do with their products, or something that's going to add value, maybe once or twice a week. Like, some of us have larger, and as our businesses grow, we're going to have very large organizations. So you want to keep this pretty generic, so you can send it to everybody. But you could send them a newsletter once a week, or anything. You know, you need to be a little bit creative. What to do with fizz sticks? Make a fizzicle where you freeze your fizz sticks into a popsicle, or something like that. Just something fun and that's going to add value to them. And so that's it. That's your hour. And once you get that done, you've worked your business for an hour. Now, this hour doesn't include your activity. So this doesn't include your coffee dates. It does not include, if you're using party system, it doesn't include parties. This includes your start activity for the day. So you have that hour done, you have it under your belt, you've worked an hour about Arbonne. I know sometimes I get caught up in thinking about Arbonne and not really working about Arbonne. So this is great. Jane also gave me this great checklist that you can use daily, and I will post this too in the DM Bootcamp. So this is a great checklist, so you can write down your day if there's 5 days a week on it, and you can check off as you do each step until you get used to doing it. And I think eventually, once it will become second nature. But we want to really build our business during the summer. You don't want to take a month off. I read a statistic somewhere, and I looked for it today quickly and I couldn't find it, that taking 1 month off in your business, so you take the month of July off, it takes you 3 months to rebuild that momentum. And we don't want that. You want the momentum going into September, October, November, which are typically our biggest months in Arbonne. You want to be riding that wave already. So you don't want to take any time off. Just start scheduling that you have something this hour to do and build your business an hour day in the summer, and you are going to have momentum into the fall. I wanted you guys to know, to see my planner, that I have scheduled my asks, my reading, my gym, my asks are scheduled every day, and some CRM time. And this is my actual schedule. It's a little bit crazy for next week, and I hope it gets a little bit crazier. But that's it. We need to start scheduling just an hour a day and getting that work done. I want to remind you, if you haven't sent this to your upline yet, to your area manager or to Heather, we want to fill this out. We want to know when you're going to promote DM, and we want to know when you're going to promote AM. We want to be promoting AMs out this fall and giving out Tiffany beads like you would not believe. We want blue boxes all over recognition at the Mercedes-Benz dealers. So if you haven't done this goal sheet, let's get this done. What else did I have to say? Oh, and California Dreaming. Don't forget about that. Anybody can do California Dreaming. You just have to set the goal to do it. And let's just do it. I'm so excited about this boot camp, and really, I'm one of the trainers, and I have seen already what this has done for my business and for my head in my business. So let's start celebrating wins. Let's start scheduling an hour a day for our business, and let's start promoting AMs. We'll all be wearing fancy earrings and bright Tiffany bead bracelets, and soon we'll all be driving white Mercedes. That's all I have. Do I want to open it up to any questions? I'm trying to unmute Heather, and it won't. Oh, there you go. Heather, is there any questions or anything else we need to add?
Hey, Joss, no, great job. No, I just think that, do you remember last week, if you guys have listened to the call, I talked about energy and leadership, and we're looking for our next wave of leaders. We really want this group to be energetic and participatory, and when you have a win, even if it's something that you think is just so minor to your business, please share it, because it's all these like small little daily wins that we get that build momentum in our businesses, and it's important to celebrate them. And even I loved how you started off the call, Jocelyn, just celebrating the people that got to like 10 asks in one day, and maybe did 10 asks in a week that have never done that many before. So yes, I threw out 50, but I want you, if you didn't really go for 50, go for it this week. If you didn't get it this week, because that's what's going to create the momentum in your business. And 10 asks a day, 5 days a week is something we can all be doing. Just take a look. I love what I do. I wanted to share it with you. I thought of you because, like, speak from the heart and share this business and products with people, and you will find that the momentum's created. So great call. I love it. Like, what doesn't get scheduled doesn't get done. That's 100% true.
All right. Well, that's it. I'm going to stop the recording. Everybody go out and do their asks, and have a great week, and we'll see you next Sunday.